guys? Hopefully you guys are doing well, safe and sound, away from all this craziness that's in our world. And I want to talk to you guys about something right now because there are observations going on that I think they need to be cleared up. And I think there's a lot of confusion about government in general, local and federal government, and what these politicians are doing to the people. Now, this is not a Democrat, Republican thing, a Trump, Biden thing. It's nothing like that. This is real. This is an observation. This is really what's going on. I think people are missing it because we're so conditioned since birth to just kind of go with this that we don't even know what the fuck is going on. So we're going to have a little bit of history lesson here. The day that Biden was getting in, all of a sudden we saw New York, who's been locking people down, destroying lives. We saw Michigan, all of a sudden want to open the state back up. They want to open the states back up. They need to get back. And there's a lot of people talk about government control. They're like, the government wants you to be reliant on them, right? They want to be able to control you and be reliant on them. Now, yes, that's true. But the government does not, this socialist thing, the government doesn't want us to be reliant on them. It's not the same thing as other countries that you think is going on. Bear with me. So back in the day, I don't remember the exact years because it's a long time ago. The U.S. was in a lot of trouble. They were in a lot of debt, and England basically bailed us out of that debt. So in return for that bailout that we got, they created the Federal Reserve System along with the tax system, the IRS, to collect money that basically we pay the government to pay our debts back. Because basically they bailed us, the people, out. And they were like, well, how the fuck are we going to get paid back? And this is the system they came up with, the central banking system, the IRS, all that shit. So as we pay taxes, now, what we know taxes goes to our roads, our streets, our schools, blah, 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 all this shit, right? But when it was actually instated, it was really to pay back England for the debt that they had bailed us out for. That debt has since been paid back, I don't know how many times over, but that's just that's the beginning. Everything ushers in with a beginning, right? We get locked down for 6 months, but it started with 2 weeks. Like, they start out easy and they slowly condition you to get you to be okay with what's coming next and the more extreme shit that's coming your way. So over time, these politicians, after our debt was paid back to England, it's been paid back a long, long fucking time ago. We should not fucking be paying not even a fucking tenth of the taxes that we pay right now for. And I know you guys may not understand it because you're brainwashed into thinking that our taxes go to the roads. Listen, that we could pay such little taxes right now and have our whole fucking country good to go. But that's not how it works. We pay fucking tons of taxes and then we keep paying more and more and more, and they tax everything. There's a fucking rain tax in Maryland, meaning how much rain hits your fucking roof every year because it hits the fucking gutter, goes through the sewer systems, and needs to be treated. So there's a rain tax on your fucking house. And if a certain amount of rain doesn't fall, they estimate every year and tax you on how much rain should have fell within that year. What the fuck kind of shit is that? Such bullshit. But why? Why are there so many taxes? Right? Death and taxes, the two things you can guarantee in your lifetime that is going to happen. Death and taxes. Why is it since birth we're pushed to understand that taxes need to be paid in these high amounts and they need to keep increasing them because we're in debt and we need more and more? Eventually, we're going to be paying more taxes than we're bringing home. Where do those taxes go? Hang on. So these governors and mayors are starting to open up the countries again. And Biden, he wants the country open again too. They don't want it locked down. They wanted it locked down specifically because they knew politically it would fuck Trump. That was a political move. That's why they wanted it locked down. It was not about having control over the virus, none of that shit. But they also don't want us necessarily dependent on them to where we need to get our food, money, all that. They don't necessarily want that either. And let me explain why. Where do you think the money comes from that all these politicians use to make more money themselves? Bear with me. We're finding out now that these billions and trillions of dollars have been shifted all over to these other countries. And we saw the most glaring example when we had that stimulus package for Corona, that half the fucking money, well, 3/4 of the money wound up going to the rest of the world. $45 million to Pakistan for gender studies. We have all the fucking gender studies you need right here. Send them the fucking files. We need to give them $45 million. That money, which is our tax dollars, those millions and billions of dollars that don't come back to us, and they're not paying England back for what we owe them for the debt because that's paid. They're going to other countries. Why the fuck are they going to other countries? To help them? Fuck that. These countries are poor and fucked up still. So we're throwing fucking money down the toilet. Where is it going? The money that goes to these other countries gets funneled back into these fucking politicians. These politicians are taking our fucking tax money. They take our tax money and shove it in their fucking pockets, in their bank accounts. And what they do is, they say it takes money to make money, right? That's exactly how it works. So they say, we'll give you, and this is an example, we'll give Pakistan $45 million. We'll let you guys keep 20. We want 20 sent back here. That 20 comes back, and those politicians that facilitated that, Pelosi, all these motherfuckers, that 20 million gets divided between them and goes back in their fucking pockets. It's literally just moving the money around so people can't follow it, and it goes back into these politicians' pockets. These politicians want us back to work. They want us out there to pay our fucking taxes because that's where they make their money. They make their money on our taxes, and we think it goes to the things that we need because we don't know any different, because we do what we're told, and we think these people in charge have our best interest, and they tell us something, and we don't even check up on it. Did you know that the United States was a corporation? Did you know that? Did you know that D.C. is technically not part of the U.S.? I think some people knew that because, District of Columbia, it's not really a state. Did you know that when we paid that debt off, we shouldn't have had these high taxes like we have? Did you know any of this? I bet you didn't. I bet you just thought taxes. We need to pay for our roads, and we need to pay for clean water and this and that. Did you realize how much fucking money that we pay in? That all those things should be covered. As a matter of fact, our highways are fucked up. Michigan still doesn't have clean drinking water. All the things our taxes are supposed to go to are not happening. But this fucking money gets funneled to these other countries. Why? Because that's how the politicians play the game. They make their fucking money and stay in power by taking our tax dollars and basically gambling with it. They go to these other countries and cut deals with them, say, we'll send this money over here, we need this much back. And you look at these fuckers' bank accounts, they only make a couple $100,000 a year or $100,000 a year, whatever. They're worth fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. Listen, I don't give a fuck how many book deals you have. I don't give a fuck how many appearances you make. These motherfuckers' bank accounts don't match up. And if there's a forensic audit, they'd be fucked. Because if they claimed any of this on their fucking taxes, if they didn't claim it and they have a fucking net worth of fucking $400 million, they need to explain why that is the way it is. If they put it in their taxes, they need to explain where the fuck it actually came from. Because there's no fucking way these people are making that amount of money. No fucking way. And Biden's in on it. Biden's one of these motherfuckers. I'm not talking about him battling Trump. I'm talking about him being a crooked fucking politician. It's not a Democrat and Republican thing. There's plenty of these fucking Republicans in on it too. These rhinos, they call them, those are motherfuckers, are the same people, are doing the same things that these fucking Democrats are doing. So it's all politics. It's not a fucking one or the other. It's not a pick one side or the other. These motherfuckers are all taking your money. Do you know how much fucking money you would have right now if these fuckers didn't take that money and go play with it and shove it in their pockets? Do you have any idea? Your house would be fucking paid off. Your kids that have money for college. You know those vacations that you want to take? Yeah, you'd be able to take them. Biden's new tax fucking increase is $7,800 a year. How many of you have an extra $7,800 a year laying around right now? Right? A vacation would cost you $1,500 and you can't even do that. But you're going to get taxed $7,800 now per year, more than you were. Where's that money going? You don't even know. You don't even ask. You think you have an idea in your head because you were told something when you were younger. You have no idea where that money goes. They do not want this country locked down. They use it as a political excuse to fuck with Trump and destroy the economy so they could point the finger at Trump so they could vote him out. And what happens now is the single fucking day, the exact day that Biden gets into office or gets sworn in, now they're talking about opening up the fucking states. Now states that have closed the schools say the schools have to be open by fucking February. It's unbelievable how fast this coronavirus is not deadly anymore and how we have to open up the state and fight. It's crazy. Why? Because the political fucking weapon that it was is done. It's over. Now they need you to get back to work so you can pay your taxes to get your tax dollars to go back in their pockets. So we're going to see a reversal very hard, a fucking hard left right now to make sure that we get it back to work so we can pay those taxes. And what they do is they go, fuck it, we're going to increase them on top of it because we lost some money in the last year. We've lost some money fucking around with this stupid fucking lockdowns. So we're going to raise that shit because we're not going to lose our money. Fuck those American people. They're going to lose their money. So they raise the taxes. Now, what do you think happens when you go back to work and you've almost lost your house, you've cleaned out your fucking savings, you haven't worked for a year, and you go back to work and the taxes get hiked even higher? You have to work more hours. You maybe have to pick up another job, and they're growing the economy. No, they're not. They're giving you more opportunity to make money to give it back to them. You're a fucking slave to this system, and you don't even realize it. You don't have a fucking clue as to what's going on right now. And you can't see it because you're listening to those talking boxes, those fucking heads in the talking boxes. You don't research yourself. You didn't even know. I guarantee that the United States was, and I say was because there's some shit coming down the pipeline, was a corporation that was fucking paying back England. You didn't even know that happened, did you? You don't even know the fucking what the IRS is. You think it's a government fucking entity. It's not. It's a fucking collection agency. It has nothing to do with the government. These motherfuckers have been given the power to take your property and take anything they want and lock you up in jail. If you don't pay your taxes, where are those taxes going? Those taxes go to the fucking politicians. They have you so scared about going to jail and losing your shit. You work your entire life with your head down, barely getting ahead or not getting ahead at all, just to keep them in power and paying their fucking lavish trips and making their bank accounts go up. That's what you've been doing. That's what has happened. Now, I think that the lockdown had some positive things, and it gave me time to search. It gave me time to research. It gave me time to ask questions to people that are in power. It gave me time to ask questions to people in the military, people in the medical community, just your average Joes. Try to figure out what the fuck is going on here. And when it all came together, I said, you got to be shitting me. I said, this is crazy. This is unfucking insane. The fact that we paid off England how long ago? These taxes should not be here. Our country is not in debt like we think it is. It's fucking not. I'm just floored. I'm pissed. And every single one of you that see this should be pissed. Every single one of you should be fucking mad. You should be fighting for your life because they're not going to give you your life back. They're going to give you a life back of slavery where you fucking go to work, keep your head down. If you look up, whack, you're going to get fucking hit with the stick. Not physically, but you're going to get hit with another stick. Taxes. Oh, we want to do away with the Second Amendment. These automatic rifles, semi-automatic rifles, high capacity magazines. Rather than getting rid of them, they tax them. Every AR-15 you have, there's a fucking $1,000 tax. And every fucking magazine over 30 rounds, over 10 rounds, high capacity magazines, are fucking $200 per magazine. If these things are so fucking deadly, why aren't you taking more? You're taxing them. You're taxing them because you know people have them and they don't want to give them up and you want the fucking money. Pay attention, guys. You don't even understand what the fuck is going on for me because you've been so wrapped up in this circus that is politics. On fucking hate the orange man, fucking love the living corpse, Biden. You have been so wrapped up in these two individuals that have polarized the entire fucking country into not even paying attention to what is actually fucking happening to you. You are footing the lavish lifestyles of these politicians because you won't fight back. You won't ask questions. You won't educate yourself. You're sitting there uneducated about things, doing what you're fucking told. That sounds like a slave to me.